Pfizer has entered into a partnership with a German biotechnology company called Bio-NTech to develop a COVID vaccine that uses cutting-edge technology called messenger RNA technology. For the last 10 years, Wall Street and biotechnology companies have been very excited about this idea. And what essentially it is trying to hack the cells in the body in order to make them into drug factories. And as a result, in this case, technology would be used to make portions of the virus's spike protein in order to induce an immune response that will create neutralizing antibodies to the virus. The problem with this approach is there has never been an approved mRNA product.
The current platform, the nucleoside modified mRNA, has only been around for about 3 years. We've been studying it for a little longer than that. So it's really a brand new thing. People have done a few phase 1 trials. A phase 2 trial just started for COVID-19. But it's a brand new drug, so it's very early for it to be made in something you give to people.
There are real advantages to mRNA. The one big one is that it's very fast. Once researchers know the makeup and composition of a virus, they can quickly tailor the mRNA approach to the virus.
The COVID sequence was published by the Chinese in January or so. Within a couple weeks, we had a vaccine ready to be tested. And Moderna, who's farthest along, and BioNTech also had RNA vaccines that are already in clinical trials 2 months after the sequence was published. So that's not something you can do with many other kinds of vaccines.
Now, what Pfizer can bring to this project is incredible size and its resources. There are things that large pharmaceutical companies like Pfizer can do that small biotechnology companies cannot do. And as a result, by pushing all of those resources on this project, Pfizer can push it farther and faster than a biotechnology company like Bio-NTech can do on its own. Pfizer's also bringing financing. It's planning to spend about $1 billion without knowing whether the vaccine is going to work, which is very unusual.
No matter what is the cost, we need to contribute a solution to COVID. If not us, then who? But there's no other way that you can deliver unless if you take enormous risk. And to take a lot of technical risks right now, I didn't want to add that there should be afraid of taking money risk. So I said, that's on me, let's go ahead and do it.
I think that a vaccine will be developed because I think the technology is good enough. It's being done by the right people. The big question is how soon? And that depends on a lot of things, like what's the incidence of the disease. When you do a trial with 30,000 people, you have to show protection. And if nobody is getting the disease, you can never show protection. And those trials go on for 10 years. So I just don't know how fast it will be before it's given to people.
But it's not just about finding a vaccine that works. It's also about producing sufficient quantities of doses to get the vaccine to the population. And that part is really, really hard. Pfizer only believes that they can make as much as 20 million doses this year. So if Pfizer gets early use approval from the FDA for the vaccine that they're working on with BioNTech, they, in the best case scenario, and this is truly best case, will be able to push vaccines to vulnerable populations, emergency healthcare workers on the front lines. And then the hope is that that could be expanded in 2021. Pfizer and BioNTech have worked together on mRNA technology before. Pfizer knows the technology, it believes in the technology, but in the case of this vaccine, in the case of the Moderna vaccine, we are in kind of uncharted territory.